time no see, isn't it? Come on, up you go. Yep. We've got a little buddy, and he's jumped upon the desk. Long time no see, everybody. What day is it today? It's the 12th, isn't it? Yep, 12th of June. My goodness me, it feels like forever since I've done a video about books, about anything, to be honest. Oh, my goodness me, I have a pussycatto who's investigating everything, aren't you, my darling boy? Yes, Mr. Munchy Meadows. What? What do you want? Shall I move the book? Yeah? Give you some room? And these out the way? Yeah? Move stuff round. Come on. Ah! I think you just saw the back end of Monty's bottom then. He does like to get in on the action. Anyway, ages since I've done a book review. And here I am, minding my own business. Oh, look, there he is. Now I've just tilted it so you can see him doing his Montiness. Aren't you, Mr. Montiness? A minute to myself. What would I do with it? I don't know. A whole minute to myself, my God. Anyway, cut a long story short, I'm here to do a book review. And we're doing Ray Bradbury, the stories of Ray Bradbury. And I thought I would do a very beautiful, gentle one called The Last Night of the World. And it is actually, it's so beautiful. It's gentle. He's in the background, isn't he? Are you done yet? No. Oh, God. Oh. This is what's like having a Monty in your life. Yes, what, you're coming back up again? Oh, for God's sakes, come on. Come on. Yeah, oh, no. Oh, you're behind. Oh. Just love him. Just love him. Anyway, I'll get back to what I'm doing. The Last Night of the World. It's a beautiful, gentle, gorgeous story. And, crikey, 1, 2, 2.5 pages. So precious. If you've never done this one, allow me. What would you do if you knew that this was the last night of the world? What would you do? What would I do? You mean seriously? Yes, seriously. I don't know. I hadn't thought. He poured some coffee. In the background, the two girls were playing blocks on the parlour rug in the light of the green hurricane lamps. There was an easy, clean aroma of the brewed coffee in the evening air. Well, better start thinking about it, he said. You don't mean it. He nodded. A war? He shook his head. Not the hydrogen or atom bomb. No. Or germ warfare? No. None of those at all, he said, stirring his coffee slowly. But just, let's say, the closing of a book. I don't think I understand. No, nor do I. Really, it's just a feeling. Sometimes it frightens me. Sometimes I'm not frightened at all, but at peace. He glanced at the girls and their yellow hair shining in the lamplights. I didn't say anything to you. It first happened about 4 nights ago. What? A dream I had. I dreamed it. I dreamed that it was all going to be over. And a voice said it was, well, it was not kind of voice I can remember, but a voice anyway. And it said things would stop here on Earth. I didn't think too much about it the next day, but then I went to the office and caught Stan Willis looking out the window in the middle of the afternoon, and I said, "A penny for your thoughts." Stan said, "I had a dream last night, and before he even told me the dream, I knew what it was. I could have told him, but he told me, and I listened to him. It was the same dream." The same? I told Stan I dreamed it too. He didn't seem surprised. He relaxed, in fact. Then we started walking through the office for the hell of it. It wasn't planned. We didn't say, "Let's walk around." We just walked on our own. And everywhere we saw people looking out of windows or looking at their desks or their hands. I talked to a few. So did Stan. And they all had the dream. All of them? The same dream, with no difference? Do you believe in it? Yes. I've never been more certain. And when will it stop? The world, I mean. When will the world stop? Sometime during the night for us. And then as night goes on around the world, that'll go too. It'll take 24 hours for it to all go. They sat a while, not touching their coffee. Then they lifted it slowly and drank, looking at each other. He's behind me again, isn't he? "Do we deserve this?" she said. "It's not a matter of deserving. It's just that things didn't work out again. I notice you didn't even argue about this. Why not?" "I guess I've a reason," she said. "The same one everyone at the office had." She nodded slowly. I didn't want to say anything. It happened last night, and the women on the block talked about it among themselves today. They dreamed. I thought it was only a coincidence. She picked up the evening paper. There's nothing in the paper about it. Everyone knows, so there's no need. He sat back in his chair, watching her. "Are you afraid?" "No, I always thought I would be, but I'm not. Where's that spirit called self-preservation they talk so much about?" "I don't know. You don't get too excited when you feel things are logical. This is logical. Nothing else but this could have happened from the way we lived." Oops, Monty. Sorry. "We haven't been too bad, have we?" "No. Enormously good. I suppose that's the trouble. We haven't been very much of anything except us. While a big part of the world was busy being lots of quite awful things." The girls were laughing in the parlour. "I always thought people would be screaming in the streets at a time like this." "I guess not. You don't scream about the real thing." "Do you know, I won't miss anything but you and the girls. I never liked cities or my work or anything except you three. I won't miss a thing except perhaps the change in the weather and a glass of ice water when it's hot. And I might miss sleeping. Yeah, I might miss sleeping. How can we sit here and talk this way? Because there's nothing else to do. That's it. Of course. For if there were, we'd be doing it. I suppose this is the first time in the history of the world that everyone has known just what they were going to do during the night. I wonder what everyone else will do now, this evening, for the next few hours. Go to a show, listen to the radio, watch television, play cards, put the children to bed, go to bed themselves, like always, like they've always done. In a way, that's something to be proud of, like always. They sat a moment, and then he poured himself another coffee. Why do you suppose it's tonight? Because. Why not? Some other night in the last century, or 5 centuries ago, or 10? Maybe because it was never October the 19th, 1969. Ever before in history. And now it is. And that's it. Because this date means more than any other date ever meant. Because it's the year when things are as they are all over the world. And that's why it's the end. There are bombers on their schedules, both way across the ocean tonight that'll never see land. That's part of the reason why. Well, he said, getting up, what shall it be? Wash the dishes? They washed the dishes and stacked them away with special neatness. At 8:30 the girls were put to bed and kissed good night, and the little lights by their beds turned on, and the door left open just a trifle. I wonder, said the husband, coming from the bedroom and glancing back, standing there with his pipe for a moment. What? If the door will be shut all the way, or if it'll be left just a little ajar so some light comes in. I wonder if the children know. No, of course not. They sat and read the papers and talked and listened to some radio music, and then sat together by the fireplace, watching the charcoal embers as the clock struck 10:30 and 11 and 11:30. They thought of all the other people in the world who had spent their evening, each in his own special way. Well, he said at last. He kissed his wife for a long time. We've been good for each other anyway. Do you want to cry? He asked. I don't think so. They moved through the house and turned out the lights and went into the bedroom and stood in the night cool darkness, undressing and pushing back the covers. The sheets are so clean and nice. I'm tired. We're all tired. They got into bed and lay back. Just a moment, she said. He heard her get out of bed and go into the kitchen. A moment later she returned. I left the water running in the kitchen sink, she said. Something about this was so very funny. They had to laugh. She laughed with him, knowing what it was that she had done that was funny. They stopped laughing at last and lay in their cool night bed, their hands clasped, their heads together. "Good night," he said after a moment. "Good night," she said. And it was the end of the world. And it was the saddest, most gentle way to end everything. I hope when it is our last day on earth, I hope it's as gentle and as beautiful as that. And I hope everybody has a little Monty that's sitting behind them right now, staring at the computer screen. It's very hard to do a book review of something of such magnitude when you have a little fur baby. Yeah. Sitting there. I mean, he's not really interested in his job, is this gentleman. And he's not particularly interested in the politics and the crap that goes with it. The only thing he cares about is his wife and his 2 daughters. I'm so sorry. And I just want you to look at your family and remember that they are the most important people in your life, and not your job and your possessions, your car, how much money is in your bank account. I want you to think about the people that are in your life, and now and again it would be really lovely if they heard you laugh with them, told them that you love them, and cherished moments with them, even if it's a pussy cat. Yes, pussycat called Monty. My children are out partying. One of them is tonight, and the other one is coming home after partying for quite a few days. Well, I suppose you could call it that. She's been to see friends, so I guess there's been a party in there somewhere. But you know, like the man and the woman in this story, my husband and I, we have 2 daughters, and they're the most precious things in the world to us, as is my husband and I am to him. And we have a beautiful Monty who is sitting in the background making an exhibition of himself. Isn't he just the best? Monty, I love you. If it was going to be the end of the world, I'd want it to be with you, buddy. Lots and lots of cuddles. Yes, I know. You can't resist anything, can you? So yeah, that was a Ray Bradbury. And isn't it beautiful? You know, can't remember when that one was written, so we will look it up. Yes, Monty, we all know it's you. When was it written? The Last Night of the World was originally published in 1951, 6 years after the end of World War II, and 4 years into the Cold War, and 1 year into the Korean War. Wow. So you can see what he's thinking, you know. All that's going on, all the crap and all the craziness that's in the world, and whether or not we're good or we're bad to each other does not matter, for it is the last night of the world, and therefore spend it with the ones that mean the most to you, and not wasting another moment. Imagine if tonight was the last night of the world. What would you be doing? I'd love to know. I know what I'd be doing, and I'd be spending it with my children and my husband and the lesser spotted montbonts. Oh, my little pal. He loves it. Yes, you love being in the office, don't you? He's such a friend. He really is. He just moves in and just takes over, don't you? So anyway, that was Ray Bradbury's The Last Night at the End of the World, published in 1950. And I suppose I must tell you Monty is 27 weeks old this week, aren't you? And he's still growing. Oh my God. I think I must have got a dog, because he likes to fetch sticks, he likes to play ball, he's just such a character. He's not meowing properly yet. He's sort of making a noise that goes, merp. Yes, it's you. He just goes, merp. Goes around the house going, perp, merp. Yeah, and that's it, isn't it, bud? You're listening to me, aren't you? Hey? Hi. 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 Best friend. Tell you what, it's wonderful having Monty. He's such a love. If you could hear the purrs. Yes. Yes, you just love to purr, don't you? Yeah. Oh, he loves his ears being played with. Oh, yeah. You do, don't you? Oh, she's mom. You really are my darling. I love you. Yes, I do. You like Ray Bradbury, don't you? Yeah. Yeah. Should we say goodbye to everybody? Yeah, buddy? Well, I will try to get back and do some more, because life has been very hectic recently. We have got the youngest back from university, and during that time I have done 70 kilos of her washing, as you have seen. I thought that the day would come when I would never have to use the washer again, but well, that day has not yet. Maybe when it's the last night at the end of the world, I might not do any washing. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Do washing for me. I don't think I'd even do the washing up. I don't think I'd do the dishes. No, should we get takeout that night? Yeah, of course. So yeah, we brought her home, and the eldest has been here, there, and everywhere, to every concert you could possibly think of, and work. She's got herself some holidays to look forward to this summer, and my youngest child is going all the way to South Korea, all that way, amazingly, and she's going to have a great time through the university, so yay! Well, she's going to have a really good time, and it's just going to be you and me, ain't it, buddy? Yeah. That and piles of washing and ironing and more washing and more ironing. But we've got each other. I think I'm going to get my apprentice here to learn how to iron. What? Think you can manage that? Put an iron in all four of his paws. Oh. No, he says, I'll just sit and keep you company whilst you do it. Oh, isn't he lovely? Such an affectionate little boy. And it's so nice to see him coming up onto the computer screen of his own free will these days. It's taken a while. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? Oh, but we're there. We're there and we love him. We do. So, there we are, Ray Bradbury. I don't know what I'll be doing next. Depends what I find, I suppose. I hope you've all been reading some really wonderful things and having tons of fun with all your books. And do let me know what you'd be doing, but it's the last night of the end of the world. I'm very curious. Happy readings, darlings, and enjoy. And until next time, take care of yourself.